The little old building on the back of the $20 bill is known all around the world as the residence and workplace of the leader of the free world. Because there have been 33 known attempts at the lives of US presidents, the place where the president lives must be protected with the best security. And that is what the White House security is all about. The best in the business. From the strongest windows to missiles, let us look at some of the most insane security features of the White House. The strongest, most bulletproof windows. Windows are typically vulnerable to firearms. Funnily enough, in any photo you see of the White House, you'll also see countless windows. In fact, there are 147 windows in total in the White House. Even the Resolute desk is positioned with the president's back turned to a bunch of windows in the Oval Office. Thankfully, they're some of the most impenetrable windows known to man. After all, the president should be the last person with the thought of being shot in the head from miles out. The glass which is used to make these windows is not your average glass. Ballistic glass is used, which is some of the strongest available glasses in the world. There's always some threat that needs to be taken care of, like the incident of Oscar Ramiro. In November 2011, the attacker fired 7 rounds from a semi-automatic rifle into the White House, but not even consecutive shots could shatter a window. The window which the bullet hit was the former President Obama's daughter's room window. Thankfully, the bullet didn't make it into the building. The ballistic glass is used over the normal glass in such a way that it covers the whole glass with multiple layers, making it impenetrable. Experts say that the high security of the White House uses the level 8 glass at the very least, which is the strongest available. It could also be that they're using some secret type of glass that only they have access to. After all, the government cannot allow giving terrorists any heads up whatsoever. Infrared sensors, like in the movies. You must have seen actors in movies trying to infiltrate a secure building. In most scenes, there are infrared sensors that are like a maze, and the actors have to move very swiftly to get past them. Well, that cannot be done with the White House, as the area is just way too secure for any intruder. Every inch of the perimeter is surrounded in infrared lasers that detect even the most minuscule threat against the White House. These aren't the lasers that you'd see in those old spy films that challenge intruders to a deadly game of limbo. No, these blanket everything to include the sky, the surface, and even underground. The camera eyes are everywhere, and as soon as someone who's unauthorized steps inside the jurisdiction of the White House, that might be their last day on Earth. With that level of security, you'd expect swarms of agents to descend on even the smallest intruders. If someone jumps the fence, and believe us, people have tried, the security alarms go off, and an army of SWAT team approaches the intruder. All of this happens way before the intruder even makes his way to the White House building, meaning he would be caught when he's still meters away. These security measures are not just confined to humans. Even animals can get caught infiltrating the security lines, like a wayward squirrel. It happens all the time. But it's better to be aware of every single squirrel than to let a single threat wiggle by. Surface-to-air missiles. If you've flown over Washington, there's a big chance that you never saw the White House properly, or even saw it up close. That is because the central Washington, D.C. area is a no-fly zone. If you do see it, then you've screwed up pretty badly. This is because the White House has a missile defense system that guards the building against miles out and is said to be the most important and effective defense system available in the White House. Even though it has never been used or, frankly, talked about for that matter, the system has been there since the 9/11 terrorist attack. The process is pretty simple. Any plane not scheduled or following the strict path into Ronald Reagan National Airport is first given a warning. If they don't show any sort of compliance immediately, they'll be taken down by one of the countless surface-to-air missiles located around the Capitol. While it's known that many missile batteries are located in Washington, D.C., it's more of an urban legend that there's an Avenger missile system on top of the White House itself. That remains unproven. But the White House does have those high-tech security laser systems that could detect any possible threat from a mile out, alerting other missile systems that then take down the threat. The only reason we even know this system exists is that in 2019, the White House went into a lockdown due to an airplane entering the airspace without any authorization. This is when a reporter reported the story that stated that a missile launcher battery was found in one of the buildings. This is how little the government is willing to play around. And rightfully so. The president and his companions need the best security possible so they can do their job without any threat to their lives. And this system is the best of the very best. Presidential food tasters. The most common image of a food taster is someone who serves as a guinea pig for his employer, sampling meals before they're served to ensure that no one has tampered with them. You must have heard that during the early centuries, rich people and government officials had food tasters whose only job was to taste food for their masters. The food tasters would detect if the food is poisonous or not. If it was, it would kill the person, and if it wasn't, it was safe for the master to eat. This shows that food tasters are a concept long associated with important personages, such as political leaders and business tycoons. It's very likely the President of the United States has a food tester, and despite criticism of the practice under President Barack Obama, the mystery anti-poison position apparently goes back to the days of Ronald Reagan. Food tasters can serve other functions, however, such as ensuring that foods do not include ingredients that might nonetheless pose a problem for a particular diner, such as wine used in the preparation of a dish intended for someone who's abstaining from alcohol, or an ingredient that the president might have a sensitivity to. A food taster can also simply function as someone who's intimately familiar with the preferences of his president and serves to ensure that food is prepared for the culinary satisfaction. The U.S. Secret Service has long denied such a position exists, and Walter Scheib, a former White House chef, has claimed, quote, "There is no presidential food taster, at least inside the security zone of the White House." Instead, Scheib claims there are food screeners who sometimes watch during food preparation. 21-day advance tour notice. When you think of a secure location, the last place you think of is somewhere that's so widely visited that it offers tours in 11 different languages. If you've been to DC, there's a high chance that you've stood outside the White House, looking at its magnificent infrastructure. But staring at the White House from behind the fence can only be interesting for so long. It is a dream for many to have a tour inside. But not just anyone can easily wander into the White House. In order to be given the tour of the highest office in the land, you must submit an application at least 21 days before your scheduled visit. This gives the security an accurate head count and the ability to perform background checks on potential visitors. For obvious reasons, the tour is also guided through only select portions of the White House. If you do not have the time for booking, there's no way you can go to the other side of the White House fence. But there are multiple places in the city to visit other than the White House. Check out the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the Capitol Building, and the never-ending museums that you can find in almost every corner. Guard dogs. Dogs may be cute and cuddly, but they're also great at stopping strangers and potential threats from getting too close to the president. The president needs a special guard dog for his protection. So, since 1975, the White House has been guarded by a special breed called the Belgian Malinois. They are both cute and aggressive. They're great with children, but also relentless when going after a threat. This dog breed can run up to 30 miles an hour and can spot a threat from far, far away. Once they're after you, there's no getting away. The National Guard dogs received attention in 2014 when an intruder went to the other side of the fence. Because he had no weapons, the Secret Service could not shoot him. So their only line of attack was the guard dogs. Two of them, Jordan and Hurricane, did their job swiftly. Unlike the missiles, the dogs got a lot of media attention. The fence. With all of these security measures in place, the most obvious one is actually the most effective, historic and iconic: the fence that surrounds the White House. First erected in 1801 by President Thomas Jefferson, it has seen many changes over its life. What was once a simple barricade to keep the president's livestock on the property has now become an 11-foot-tall, vehicle-stopping, climb-resistant behemoth of steel and rebar. Not only is the newest fence crowned with spikes to deter attempts at climbing, but it also alerts agents the moment anyone puts pressure on it to ensure nobody makes it over. That's our list of insane security features of the White House. Would you ever want to infiltrate these security defenses? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button.